The Global Race for Spintronics, Who is Leading and What They're Building, by AZLAN ADNAN, and Monday, 8 December 2025. Introduction. Spintronics is no longer a distant research topic. Across the world, major semiconductor powers are already laying the groundwork for commercial products, pilot manufacturing lines, and early market deployment. Understanding who leads and why shows how quickly the landscape is shifting. It also highlights what Malaysia must compete against as the next wave of electronics takes shape. Japan, the earliest MRAM pioneer. Japan holds one of the strongest positions in spintronics thanks to decades of research in magnetic tunnel junctions. Companies such as Toshiba, Sony, and NEC have demonstrated MRAM prototypes since the early 2000s. Today, Japanese firms operate pilot lines producing small-batch, enterprise-grade MRAM for aerospace and industrial control. This gives Japan a direct pathway into the first generation of commercial spintronic memory products. United States. Spin logic and advanced materials. The United States leads in fundamental spintronics research, especially spin transfer torque and spin orbit torque technologies. IBM, Intel, and Western Digital all maintain active programs developing spin-based memory and logic concepts. U.S. national laboratories and universities run well-funded spintronic centers, enabling tight collaboration between academia and industry. This ecosystem accelerates breakthroughs in spin logic chips that could define future processors. South Korea. Mass manufacturing momentum. South Korea combines deep R&D capability with unmatched commercial scale. Samsung and SK Hynix are already integrating MRAM into embedded memory products for microcontrollers and IoT devices. Korea's strength lies in materials engineering and high-volume fabrication. Once spintronic components mature, Korean firms can scale production faster than most global competitors. China. Rapid expansion in sensors and pilot lines. China has invested heavily in magnetic sensing technologies and spintronic components for consumer devices. Several Chinese fabs operate early-stage pilot lines for MRAM, while local universities push aggressive research in topological materials. Beijing's industrial policies position spintronics, alongside quantum computing and advanced packaging, as strategic national priorities. The combination of state-driven funding and manufacturing scale gives China a powerful acceleration curve. Europe. Materials, research, and niche leadership. Europe's strength lies in specialized research institutes. Groups in Germany, France, and the Netherlands contribute breakthroughs in ultra-thin magnetic films, tunnel barriers, and spin dynamical modeling. European firms are also strong in high-precision instrumentation needed for spintronic fabrication. Although Europe lacks the mass-market scale of Asia, it remains critical to the global supply chain. Multinationals. Products already on the horizon. Several industry giants have already demonstrated commercial-ready spintronic prototypes. Intel has shown embedded MRAM for next-generation chipsets, while Samsung has produced MRAM-based microcontrollers. Western Digital and Seagate are exploring spintronic read heads and logic and memory architectures. Even automotive suppliers such as Bosch and Denso are preparing spintronic sensors for advanced driver assistance systems. The key message? The race has started, and products are no longer theoretical. What this means for Malaysia. Malaysia cannot assume that spintronics is a far-off technology cycle. Global players are already building capability, forging supply chains, and preparing early products. If Malaysia does not accelerate its investment, skill development, and ecosystem modernization, it risks becoming a low-value participant in a high-value market. Other nations are not waiting, and catching up later will be significantly harder. Conclusion. The global race for spintronics is intensifying, driven by countries and corporations with strong research cultures and deep industrial capacity. Malaysia must recognize that the window of opportunity is narrow. To participate meaningfully, the nation needs not only ambition, but urgent action. In a world where spintronics will power the next decade of electronics, standing still is not an option. Learn to cook with confidence. A holiday cooking experience for teens and school leavers. Cooking is one of the most important life skills a young person can develop. We eat every day, and knowing how to prepare good food sets you up for independence, creativity, and lifelong well-being. In my holiday cooking classes, I go far beyond teaching recipes. I blend knife skills with the wonders of food science, the chemistry, biochemistry, and nutrition that shape every flavor, texture, and aroma. It's the practical, delicious side of the science you learn at school. My sessions are fully hands-on. You will feel the warmth rising from a pan, hear onions sizzling into sweetness, smell butter turning nutty and golden, and watch simple ingredients transform into something extraordinary. Cooking becomes a sensory adventure, not a chore. To ensure every student gets dedicated attention, I keep each class small, just 3 to 6 participants. We learn by doing. We taste constantly. We experiment with confidence, and we uncover why small changes in technique make big differences on the plate. Classes are held by appointment throughout the December school holidays. Each session gently builds confidence, skill, and curiosity as students work from raw ingredients to a finished dish they can proudly serve at home. And here's something parents love. My class fees are by donation. If your child walks away bored or unmoved, you pay nothing. But if your child returns home excited, inspired, and perhaps presents you with a classic French onion soup, richly caramelized and impossibly fragrant, then simply contribute what you think that experience is worth. If your child keeps pestering you to bring them back for more classes, well, you'll know you've got your money's worth. All proceeds help fund my ongoing eye treatments, so every contribution goes to good use. Students will also learn how to choose fresh ingredients and shop smart. Do give them some grocery money, because selecting produce confidently is just as important as cooking it well. If you're ready to turn curiosity into skill and skill into joy, I would love to welcome your teen into my kitchen. Parents are most welcome to sit in as chaperones or return at the end to savor their children's culinary creations.